Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got two teams who will look to their running backs to try to control the pace of the game. It's the Ravens going up against the Browns. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Baltimore offense, fresh off their Week 1 win against Buffalo, led by Joe Flacco. In that game against Buffalo, he was 23 of 34, 258 yards, and a touchdown.
I think if you take all rooting interest and take it out of the equation, wasn't it great to see Joe Flacco back on the field, coming back from that severe injury from last season, and to see him out there performing at a high level. And I just think he's a guy who doesn't get his due. And he works perfectly for the Baltimore offense, which is going to be a run-first offense. And when they have Justin Forsett and Terrence West running it well, makes Joe Flacco that much better of a quarterback throwing it downfield.
They had lost 3 straight openers, kind of got that monkey off his back as well. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
Respect.
Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
Call you an elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
They'll try to pound it in with West. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain, and it's second down. Time to meet the offensive starters, and time for us to introduce you. You already know him, but Justin Forsett.
His face goes on the poster of those who just need an opportunity. A backup for much of his career. Once he received the chance to be a #1 runner, he's taken it and moved on fast.
On the ground, it's West again. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
And that's a major league loss of yardage and probably loss of momentum. You're snapping the ball at the 1-yard line before you suffer that big loss.
Yeah, you think of losing any yardage from the 1 is bad. To go that far back, that's a disaster.
And I think the play calling sequence that maybe the OC had in his head, that's got to change on the fly now.
Third and goal, Flacco. He's got time. All kinds of time. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they come into enemy territory. Nice drive to start the game, but they probably wanted 6. They only got 3.
I agree with you totally. That's the expectation. When you get the ball and you start moving it and you're rolling, you think you're going to end up in the end zone. But they should be happy with the 3. A good way to get things going here in this game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out comes the Browns offense onto the field, and with Robert Griffin III injured, it's time to see what the 37-year-old Joshua Treadwell McCown can do, partner.
And we've seen him do it before in the NFL. It's been a little while now because he's been the backup, but he's had the opportunity to play, so you know he's probably not going to get ruffled. He's got good targets out wide. Terrell Pryor's really starting to come on. Corey Coleman's an explosive rookie, but Gary Barnidge often gets overlooked. A Pro Bowl tight end in 2015.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now the third-year man from Alabama State, Isaiah Crowell. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. Again, it's Crowell. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to lead to a third down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To throw is McCown. And he finds Barnidge. He's got it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Throwing on first is McCown. It's caught. It's Barnidge over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll give the Browns a first down.
It's a nice catch there by Gary Barnidge, and there's no getting around it. The emergence of him has been nothing short of stunning, hasn't it?
Yeah, first 6 years, total 44 catches. Then at age 30 last year, he goes for 79.
Who says you don't get better with age?
First and 10. Here's McCown. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
McCown will try again on second down. Now here's the first NFL catch for Corey Coleman. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So completion on second down, that brings up third. Again, they'll throw in McCown. He finds Coleman. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Now let's go!
Into the red zone now. It's McCown. Going underneath for Crowell. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. This Ravens defense solid in week 1 against Buffalo. They held the Bills to just 160 yards and 7 points.
A proud group of defenders in Baltimore. They didn't play up to that standard at all in 2015. Injuries had something to do with that. Terrell Suggs was lost in the season opener last year. He's back now. But C.J. Mosley in the middle, I think he's going to ascend to a big-time level now. I think it's really his defense, and it gives him a chance to be a playmaker in the middle. They were once again playing like a Raven last Sunday.
And he's got the first-round pick, Coleman, for a Browns touchdown. Corey Coleman, as the first half is winding down, and the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And Murray now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They start on the ground with Forsett. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Browns right now have a time of possession advantage, but it has not led them to taking control of this game. The Ravens look like they'll be in this game for 4 quarters. All right, let's get it going. Let's roll those first half highlights. Ravens open up on offense. Forsett's able to spin away here. He'll pick up more than 10 yards on the play. Ravens would stall out, though, and settle for a field goal. Browns with the football late in the half. The pass will be completed into coverage, and this will go all the way for a touchdown. The lead grows to 4. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's McCown to throw. His throw incomplete. Andre Hawkins, the intended receiver. Switching gears here for a second partner. A lot of nail-biters on Sunday around the league. In fact, a lot of the road teams were able to come out victorious.
So much for protecting home field advantage, which every team preaches about. Win all your home games, and that gives you a great chance to get to the playoffs. Think about it this way. Oakland over New Orleans, one of the better games of Sunday. How about Cincinnati going to the Jets and winning? That's a big win for the Bengals. The Giants at Dallas. Detroit at Indianapolis. A lot of people are picking Indy to win the AFC South. And one of the trendier picks to make the playoffs, Jacksonville, they gave it a valiant effort, but Green Bay came in and beat them. And just think how close we were to getting some others. Carolina at Denver, Miami at Seattle, and San Diego, maybe the biggest surprise of the day, how well they played against Kansas City.
Throwing is McCown on third down. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
The drive begins with a run by Forsett, and he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12, and the Ravens are going to have a first down.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Back to the ground on first. Again, Forsett. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Flacco here on second down. It's caught. It's Dennis Pitta. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And hauled in by Pitta. 10 yards on the pickup there, and that'll be good for Baltimore first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Offside, defense. Automatic first down.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Back to throw. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll look to throw. Finding time, and he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job. Way to knock it down.
An extra DB defensively here. Big stop needed on 3rd and goal.
He may be a blitzer.
He'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Detroit!
Now McCown. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. They give him a gain of 37. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's McCown. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt.
Bunch set. Check 82, check 82. Here we go. Green 39.
Back to throw, McCown. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. McCown, he's got time in the pocket. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So the field goal, and now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And there's a flag on the field. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And that's at the 25.
Return team.
The give from Flacco for Seth. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They come up in an offset eye. On first down, this is for Seth. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there in overtime, 41 yards. So a huge gain on the ground here puts him into a wonderful spot. And remember, of course, a touchdown wins it.
And we're in overtime, right? So you have to think defense has been out there for 4 quarters, might be a little bit tired. The attrition of the game may have led to that long run.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a toss. This is West. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. First OT toss coming for Joe Flacco. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Steve Smith that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Play action, Flacco. And that's caught by Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.